Out here we are trying to read the hand of a lady. This is the right hand, what we are seeing. And she's approximately age 35, 34. And to see the age where she's standing right now, at what age, this is the headline. And this is the money line. So this at this juncture, if you see, basically there's a break which you see on the headline, and whenever there's a break on the headline, it basically tends to tell some kind of mental worries, or it could indicate change of direction of thinking, a new personality which basically comes out, and it could also mean something to do with the health. But if we find that the line beyond, like from here it's coming, it is age 35 and beyond, after it crosses the money line, this is the money line, the age from here to here is the later part of life. So if the line is good and distinct and clear, as we see the line is distinct and clear, it automatically means that whatever problem might crop up during this particular year, 34, 35, it's going to go away, and strength of mind is seen by a strong headline. So basically a strong mind would bring the person out of any problem in his life. What we also see is that this is the money line, and the money line is quite distinct and clear right throughout the life. This basically means that even in this troubled time, the finances would not go bad, or there won't be, there could be mental worries, but it would not get converted into like the person having bad finances. So beyond, from this point to this point, the age is 35. After it crosses the headline, the age is 35 to 53. Even during these years, the line is quite distinct and clear and firm. This is how the line should be. There shouldn't be any weakness as such, and if there's no weakness, it would indicate that the finances would remain good in the person's life. After the line crosses the heart, and this is the heart line. After the money line crosses the heart line, it kind of tilts a little bit towards the sun finger, and sun finger is basically the finger of creativity, art, music, risk taking. It could be gambling, it could be stock market, it could be art, towards earning through art or music, all these particular areas of life, or it could be just creativity. So so from that area also the person might earn, but this age basically comes very late in life, and the line as such is quite firm and clear and deep and clear, so the finances would remain very good in the person's life. As far as the career line goes, career line is the line that we find under the ring finger. This finger, this is a ring finger, sun finger, and the line that is coming from coming and reaching the third finger is called the sun line. What we see out here is that the sun line is not so distinct and clear, and again the period I'll try to show you. This is the headline. So the sun line starts from here and kind of comes and touches out here. During this period it is quite dim and dull, it is not firm. Beyond, after it crosses the headline, this is the headline, after it crosses it, from here to here the age is approximately, this is 35 and this is 53. So you find the line becoming to be it appears somewhere around at the age of 40s, and By the time it reaches 53, it becomes much better compared to the initial period. And beyond, after it crosses the heart line, the line becomes very distinct and clear. So under the mount of sun, the line appears to be the most distinct and clear. You would find the line is very firm out here. Having a firm line basically gives purpose to what we are doing in life, and it provides strength to our career. Having dull lines or very dim lines basically means that we are not giving energies to our work, and we are probably doubting what we are doing. Doubts is the worst enemy for a career or whatever we do. Basically, once we are doubting, the people around us would know that we are not very serious, and maybe we are doing something, but we have our mind towards something else what we want to do. So so that's the reason the person doesn't get as much result as he should be getting. We find that you have not one but two lines under the finger of sun. It means two separate careers there could be, or two sources of income also. One of the line is kind of coming from here. This is the area of coolness and calmness. This is Mars positive. And whenever the line comes from the Mars positive side, it basically provides the person that the person would be known for the resistance and courage and coolness and calmness which the person displays in his life. And this basically makes a person kind of a fighter and a warrior, and they can fight against odds. So we do find that there's a mole also under the finger of sun. Sun is basically the area of brilliancy, artistic abilities, dashing abilities, happy-go-lucky person and successful person. And having a mole out here basically probably enhances our creative side of life, and the risk-taking abilities what we have, and the socialization the abilities which might be displayed in us. We do find another aspect on your palm is that there's a very strong and perpendicular line over the mount of Mercury. You see the mount of Mercury on both the hands. This is the finger of Mercury, and in both hands what we find is a perpendicular line out here. Having a strong perpendicular line over the mount of Mercury is of is a very important aspect to see, because this is the area of technical skills, communication skills, business skills. And if we have a strong line under it, it indicates that we do have some very strong technical skills in us. This skill could be in terms of shrewdness or scientific abilities or business abilities. It could be oratory skills, communication skills, business skills. See, for doctors, for engineers, for mathematicians, for analysts, this area is of great importance, even for IT people, because IT is basically networking. So Mercury is basically for networking abilities, and this area should actually all over the palm. No, you shouldn't have too many lines, but specifically under this area there shouldn't be too many lines. If there are too many lines, confusing kind of lines, then the person is going to get confused, and the person might have a bad memory, and the person might be wanting to convey something, but he might not be able to convey what he actually wants to say, and that's the reason why he might not get returns. So having few lines over the mount of Mercury is always good, and there should be success due to this person's communication abilities. So the other aspect on the palm is looking at the heart line. See, heart line, whenever we see both the hands, what we see is that what we see is out here is that there's kind of a, this is the heart line, there's kind of a breakout here, and it goes like this, and there are few branches over it. Apart from that, see, you would find that the heart line is not very distinct and clear, that all over the place there are few branches. The best lines are the lines which are quite distinct and clear, deep and clear, without being broad. Some people have broad lines. Broad basically reduces the quality, and it kind of makes a person who has palpitation and develops stress. And even having these branches basically means attachments in life, and attachments basically are never whenever we have attachment towards an object or a relationship, it never satisfies us, and we have too much expectations. If there are too much expectations, there would be anxiety and stress, and if there's stress, it automatically means that the person might not be able to perform at the highest or to the best of his ability. And these branches also mean basically the person is flirting around with different areas of life, and he's not focused. So to have a single line is always better than having these branches over it. And the person should realize that whatever they are doing, they should continue to do that, and that is going to bring the person result. And this is the right hand. Even in the right hand, you see similar indications that you would see that the line is not so clear. You would see out here. So I wouldn't say that the line is totally imperfect, because there are many variations. We see some people have got really bad lines. There we basically say that they need to make their heart much more stronger, like doing yoga, doing breathing exercises, doing exercises which reduces stress in their life, and that should help that particular person. As far as this particular area goes, where the headline is broken, and where right now you are age 34 and traveling in your 35th year. So we are going to analyze this area and look at your lifeline. See, the lifeline also, what we find that this is the lifeline, and it kind of goes like this. It's overlapping. So it is not so clear during this particular period, but at the same time we find a strong Mars line, or strong. This is also called a supporting lifeline, or a sister line to the main lifeline. This is the main lifeline, and this is the supporting line. So having a supporting lifeline basically means that the person, whatever problems might crop up during these years, which we see on the headline or the lifeline, these would be basically supported by this supporting lifeline, and the person wouldn't feel as much trouble, and the recovery is going to be much faster, and the person is likely to come out of his problems much easily. This is also the line of fighting abilities, fighting against odds, fighting against problems or people. If somebody comes against you, even then you are able to stand your grounds, and basically the other person would not be able to pin you down, and this would mean that even if there are problems, but still you would come out of it easily. There are few perpendicular lines what we see on, this is the area of Mars, Jupiter, and there are few perpendicular lines over it. Having very strong lines over it is always better. Even a single line over it is considered to be good. Upward line basically means these lines are originating from the headline and going upward. Jupiter is basically it's a big planet, and it indicates growth and honor and position. all these things coming to this particular person. So upward lines over the mount of Jupiter means the person is growth oriented and the person is going to rise up to high position in life. And but these lines are not very strong lines, but still they do give result, and the person would always be remain growth oriented in his life. And if we look at this hand, we find that the sun line, this is the sun line, comes into prominence sometime after the age of 53, and this kind of goes straight, and there's a kind of ends somewhere between the third and the fourth finger. This basically branch which goes towards the between the third and fourth finger, between the sun finger and the mercury finger, it indicates probably ancestral wealth coming to this particular person. So this could be a possibility. And even in the left hand, we find that the lifeline is not so clear. There's kind of overlap. But having a supporting lifeline on the right hand basically helps in overcoming any bad possibilities. So so that's it for this particular reading over the video. And if you like the video, click on the like button, and rest reading I would give over the phone. Thank you. Thanks for watching.